Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today I'm going to tell you guys how to level up to level 100 as quickly as possible without buying tiers. A very useful video for everyone out there who wants to get that max level 100 skin slash tier 100 skin. Obviously it's levels now this season before anybody else. Now this video is your #1 video out there for this. I've just spent my entire Thursday evening putting this together, so if you appreciate the video, smash a like on it at some point, and also smash the subscribe on the channel as well. Stick up to date with the latest Fortnite news, map changes, etc. on the channel. And don't forget, if you want to support me further, entering code postboxpat to the item shop. I am also gifting a bunch of you. Alright, so that's out the way. Let's get into this and explain where we are at with this. So the first most confusing thing is punch cards. This is what punch cards are on screen right now. They're this thing here, and punch cards have actually been increased in XP. Now punch cards are so confusing, guys. They are making so many people confused about exactly what is going on with them, so I thought we may as well explain punch cards first. But if you already know what punch cards are, I'll put a timestamp in the comments where you guys can skip to the point where I start doing all the calculations on how much XP you need and how much each kind of thing in the game, like challenges punch card, is giving you to rank up. But if you don't already understand punch cards, which I'm pretty sure 90% of people don't understand them yet, so I'm going to explain it to you guys. Okay, so the link is down below for the source I've got this from, but the punch cards themselves are a little bit confusing, and I thought this will make it as easy as possible if I go into as much detail. So to start with, we've got a total of 10 little medal slots that you've got to fill in each day. They reset 24-hour period, so keep that in mind. Every 24 hours your medals will reset and you can fill up your punch card again. Now what's really awesome is they've actually upped the XP. So rather than it being 2k XP and 4k XP on the end slots, it's now changed to 8k XP and 16k XP. This isn't due to supercharged. This is something across the board that they have decided to change. They may change it again in the future, but for now it's been buffed a lot, which is a positive for everyone who wants to get that tier 100 as quickly as possible. So let's explain these punch cards and how to fill this up. So all you've got to do is fill up each slot each day using a different medal. It can be the same medal, it can be a different medal, and you're probably thinking, Pat, oh my, these medals are confusing as well. Well, they are, but here I am explaining them for you guys right now. So here are the 5 different types of medals. We'll start with the first one, which is the first match medal. This is simply given to you for every 24 hours you play a first match, and it's a gold medal instantly added to your punch card. So you've already filled up one slot right there, guys. Then you've got the survivor medal. Now the survivor medal gives you a variety of different things. You've got the 50 for the bronze, you've got to survive 50 players. Then for the silver, you've got to survive 25, and for the gold, you've got to survive to the last 10 players. So it doesn't matter which one you get. You could get a bronze and it'll still fill up your punch card. The thing is with these medals, guys, you've got to consider is if you're still in the same game, and for example you could just fill your card with survivor medals if you wanted to, you could play out 50 players and you outplay 50 players, you survive, and then you get eliminated, and then you don't get the silver or gold, and then you go into another game and you get the gold. It won't replace that bronze one you've already got. It'll just add it as an extra medal. Once the game is over, your medals in your punch card stay the color they are. They will not change because they've already been added to the punch card after that game. So do consider that. You can get, I guess it's not 10 because you automatically get the first match medal, but you could technically fill your punch card with 9 survivor medals if you wanted to. That'd be pretty funny. So next up, we've got the scavenger medal. Now there are 3 different types again for this medal, as there are for all the medals other than the first match medal. And for this one, all you got to do is open 3 chests for the bronze, or supply drops / llamas, then 7 for the silver, and then 10 for the gold. Then the next medal we've got is the battle medal. This is simply getting eliminations. You've got to get 1 elimination for the bronze, then 4 for silver, and then 8 for gold. Next, we've got the teamwork medal. Now this one can only be done in games where you're playing with a team. Obviously it can't be done in solo. So to get this done and get it complete, all you got to do for a bronze is get 1 assist, for silver 4 assists, and a gold 8 assists. Now what's really awesome about these medals, which I've not mentioned yet, guys, is once you've completed your punch card, you still can do these medals. They won't go on your punch card, unfortunately, but what's really cool about it is you will be able to gain more medals in game, which I really like that, because what that does, it grants you extra XP. Each medal gives you a little bit of XP as well. Now personally, I have not calculated the amount of XP each medal gives you other than the punch card XP, and I've not calculated the amount each upgrade gives you either, because it can get a little bit complicated depending on what boost you've got. But approximately the XP can be between 200 and 1050 XP. Depending on obviously the size of the level up. So for example, if it's from silver to gold, it'll be a little bit more, and it also depends if you've got a supercharged as well, because that's going to give you a boost on everything. I guess it's like a 3.75 times we'll talk a little bit more about how that works in a second, the supercharge, when we get to the different stuff. But it's nice to see that you can't upgrade your your punch card medals if you've already completed them, which is really nice. And I'll show some footage of that on screen right now. As you can see me here, I've completed my punch card. I've got exactly a bronze punch card there on my very end one for looting around chests and stuff. And you'll notice as I play this game, I won't be able to gain any more access to these the upgraded version of bronze, but I still am getting the medals on screen and being granted XP. So that's a really nice feature for you guys right there, which I highly recommend kind of considering, because this gives you a bunch of XP as well. Once you've completed your punch card, you still can gain XP from doing extra medals. They just don't get added to that punch card. So don't think that once you've completed it, you can't earn medals, because you still can earn medals, guys. They just aren't 100% giving you the punch card slot, but they still are giving you XP because you've already completed the punch card, if you get what I mean. I hope that has explained punch cards. I know they're pretty complicated. Feel free to rewind this part of the video if you want to rewatch the punch card bit, because it's probably the best explanation you're going to get out there for that side of stuff. Now guys, we're going on to the actual XP itself. So 2 facts you've got to know, guys, is per tier / level it's 80,000 XP up to 100, and then per the actual battle pass itself, you need a total of 8 million XP to complete it. 2 huge facts right there for you guys. As I was editing this, I realized that I'll add in 2 bonus facts to make this a lot more understandable XP wise. Your little number at the top left of your screen and also on the elimination feed shows what rank that player is, and also for those wondering, I believe the total rank for this season might be 250, as there is an achievement for it. If not, let me know in the comments. Now, to summarize the punch card XP, we're back to the punch cards, but this is a summary of it. Here it is on screen right now. So you can see here, per punch card, it's now been increased to 96,000, which is really awesome, which is a tier per day. And per week, if you do every single punch card per week, which is unlikely because I don't log in, well, I do log in every day, but I might not complete every punch card every day, you know what I mean? You just might not do it. You might be playing something else, you might go on to Save the World or Creative, and you just might not get the time to complete that punch card. So that's not the end of the world, but if you were to try hard every single punch card out, which if you wanted to get that tier 100 skin instantly, or not instantly, but you know, basically in a few weeks or so, I would recommend it, because you're going to be getting a total of 8 tiers per week plus a little bit extra with that XP right there. Then if we consider how long the season is, I've calculated the season to be 58 days, which is a total of 5.5 million XP there. I'm not going to read out the full number, but you get the idea. It's a bunch of XP there for free, which is really, really nice. So you've also got the actual calculation, which other people have been saying the season's going to be 54 days. That's a little bit debatable. We don't 100% know. You could even say the season's going to be 55 days if the update comes out on a Tuesday again. I'm not going to go into the argument about how long the season's going to be, because there is no evidence just yet. And obviously we do consider overtime challenges and other challenges as well, which we'll talk about in a minute as well as we get into that. So mission XP. Now per mission, you actually can get a total of, completing the entire week of that mission, you get 154,000 XP, because each challenge on a mission is worth 14,000 XP. There has been a total of 11 on every single one, which adds up to 154,000 XP. A really nice little calculation there. And yes, that equals a total over the total 9 weeks that we've currently got that we can complete all the missions for, which aren't out yet, but as they slowly start to come out, you're going to grant yourself a total of 1.3 million XP roughly. Obviously you could round that up to 1.4 million if you wanted. This is not including LTMs or collaborations or the overtime missions that Fortnite also add in, dependent on if they're going to do that or not. Some seasons they haven't, some seasons they have, and we haven't actually calculated any LTMs or collab. We've seen in the past a lot of LTMs and collaborations adding extra XP bonuses for us. So you could probably bump that figure up to 2 million if they do a lot of collabs and LTM stuff. If they don't do any of that sort of stuff, it's almost guaranteed at Halloween we're going to get one for Fortnite. So there's maybe another 154,000 you could add onto it. So you could easily bump it up to 1.5, even 2 million if you wanted to, but that's up to you if you wanted to bump up that calculation. Now overall, I wanted to go on to the next part to talk a little bit further about this. So here is my overall summary, and it goes over to what we have left over. So you can see the total XP you needed for 100 tiers is 8 million. Oh, I nearly said 80 million then. No, it's 8 million, Pat. Then supercharge, we've got, that is considering which has just happened, the supercharge. The way supercharge works, if you're wondering, it actually works as you complete it in your own time. If you logged in that weekend when you could get gifted the supercharge, you just complete it in your own time until you've got the total of 320 XP. Once you've got that XP, the supercharge will say, oh, you know what, it's time to go, and the supercharge will disappear. So it basically boosts your XP for 3.75 until it's given you a total of 320,000, which is a total of 4 tiers. Pretty interesting right there, but I do like that one as well. Then next up, we've got obviously the total of punch cards XP there. We've just calculated that before, and then we've just calculated the challenges one there, and that's been added on there. So when you take away 320,000, 5.5 million and 1.4 million away from that 8 million up there, that leaves us with a total of 726,000 XP. So that's how much XP we've got left, as you know, for us to complete by actually playing the game, which is very, very small. You're probably thinking, Pat, wow, that's a huge number. How are we going to complete this? Well, let's move over to the final XP screen, and this one is really cool because this explains exactly how much XP we need and how we are going to get this. So the calculations I've put on here going off what I've averagely earned in different games, if that's a word, averagely, but I don't know. Let's not talk about that. This is maths, not English, Pat. So we've got a total of 726,000 XP left for us to claim. So how are we going to get this, guys? Well, I've calculated on average, if you get a win with your squad, you're going to get a total of 10,000 XP. Now do consider this season there are no friend boosts. You know, like last season you got the battle pass boost of playing with friends. There is nothing like that this season, guys. So you're not going to get any extra XP playing with friends on there. So you could go on Phil and do this if you wanted to. But if you're getting a win on Phil or with friends, you're going to be granting yourself a roughly 10,000 XP right there. Also, that's also considering all the little things in game, which we'll talk about in a second after I've gone through these calculations. There are also more challenges in game which you can do, which give you an extra boost as well. We'll get into that in a second. Then, therefore, this would mean that you've got to play a total of 73 wins to grant yourself that amount of XP, which isn't that many wins. Now, if you're averaging 5,000 XP per game, so that's roughly getting halfway through the game, maybe a little bit into top 10 area, you're going to be averaging roughly about 5,000. Maybe if you're playing more solo, you might be getting about 6,000, 7,000 per win. But if you're playing squads all the time, you're going to be averaging about 5,000 XP per game. This isn't including any supercharge boosts, no challenges, no medals, nothing like that. This is just from playing the game casually and doing the in-game challenges which pop up from getting like eliminations, opening chests and stuff like that. We'll break down all that in a second. It's a whole new thing, guys, the next level. And that means roughly you're going to have to complete 146 games to get yourself access to that right there, roughly aiming about 5,000 XP. So it's not many games at all. 73 games winning isn't that many, and 146 just not even winning isn't that many. You can get tier 100 without even winning. Now obviously winning is going to grant your XP a lot faster, so I recommend trying to get them easy wins, maybe playing like, just doesn't really matter. If you think of a combination between them, you're roughly going to be playing around 110, 120 games this season, and you'll have that XP. I'm not worried about it, but I know a lot of people in the community are very confused by this XP system, so here it is fully explained on how to get that max tier. Another thing to consider as well is this is including all the calculations from all of the challenges and all of the punch cards. Now, assuming that most of you don't complete all your challenges and most of your punch cards, that game number would increase a lot. You would expect the amount of games to roughly be played per season to be about 250 to 300 if you don't complete your challenges and punch cards. For myself, I always do my challenges. I am going to lack on my punch cards, but I expect to get roughly between 400 and 500 games in this season. So I think I'm pretty much safe on this side, and also I expect them to be LTM challenges and a lot of other different challenges like overtime challenges popping into the game as well. So I'm pretty chill about it, but I know some people are nervous. So let's get into the next part. Now guys, we've actually got some more calculations popping up for you guys, some extra stuff that I have been working on, which is kind of interesting. I've looked into this a little bit further and found some kind of more interesting stats which people have been posting online about the variety of XP you can get from actually playing the game, from doing different challenges in game, which is interesting to see because here they are on screen right now. So these are some extra things you can do to grant yourself a bunch of extra XP. So for example, if you were to visit a name location which you haven't already discovered it yet, you will gain 2,000 XP right there. This is the same for a landmark that you haven't discovered yet either, another 2,000. So make sure you're getting the entire map discovered. If you're seeing these little kind of grey plodges on the map, you can actually go to that area and complete it to get that XP. Once you've landed at all of them and discovered each area, you obviously can't get that anymore, but it's a nice little bonus for you guys right there. Then here are some extra things as well, a bunch of stuff on here. I'm not really going to go over all these, but you can just get a rough idea of what sort of XP you're getting from doing each thing, and obviously you'll get an XP per placement as well. So there's an extra XP if you're winning the game. You're going to get that extra boost on top of that. Now, one thing that I've noticed in my games as well, which you guys should kind of consider, is doing the in-game challenges. You're probably like, Pat, more challenges? No, my head's already got a headache. And yes, guys, I did get a headache from doing all this. It is quite complicated to calculate, so I don't blame you if you may have a headache from watching this entire video, because I agree it is quite a confusing one. But what I'm trying to say is there are more in-game challenges for you guys to unlock, and these are very easy to do. They just require you to get certain eliminations and do certain things in game. So as you're playing through the game, you'll notice you'll get granted different things. For example, if you're getting good eliminations with your SMG, you'll get maybe like SMG specialist or AR specialist, and this is basically meaning you've done a good amount of damage with that weapon in game, which I think is a very unique feature and something which everyone should consider, because it's a great addition to the game, and it does give you that extra XP boost. There are also something that's pretty interesting. For example, if you're the first one to touch the ground, you'll get given a bunch of XP as well. If you're the first one to catch a fish, you'll get given you'll get given a bunch of extra XP, and obviously if you're the first one to open a chest as well. One thing that really happened to me, which was making me laugh for a very long time, is in this footage that you can see right now on screen, we were in the last 2v2, and then I went and opened a chest, and I actually got granted the XP for being the first one to open the chest in the match, even though I was like in a 2v2, which must mean that everyone in my game was, rather than opening chests, they were destroying them. And I don't think it counts bots. If a bot opens a chest, I don't think it'll count that as like the first human player to open a chest. So I thought that was hilarious when it gave me that challenge right there. You can see there when I opened the chest, it was like in the last 2v2. But yes, there are a bunch of extra challenges in game. I unfortunately don't have the list of every single one because there are so many of them. I've given you guys a rough idea what they are, but these are just general things which you can complete in game, from getting the first fish, first land, first chest open, first ammo box is probably one as well, and just a bunch of eliminations with AR specialist and stuff like that. The XP currently getting given to me from these is incorrect, because I have obviously the multiplier which is taking place until I get my 320,000, so I cannot give you guys a rough accurate kind of number. I can't give you anything like that other than by doing a lot of calculations, which I think probably wasn't worth it, because you just get these challenges from generally playing the game. I would not consider these as something which you could focus on. These just naturally happen, whereas everything else I've talked about is something you can focus on. I really do hope this video has helped you out. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, stick around for daily Fortnite Battle Royale content. And honestly, this video has took me a lot of time and a lot of work has gone into it. I spent my entire Thursday evening writing down calculations and figuring this out for you guys. So I do hope this XP video does get out there, and if you did like it, share it with all your friends, let them see it, and feel free to give it a rewatch if you want to understand punch cards again. I know it is pretty complicated, but go and have a little look. Once you get your head around it, you'll be sorted, and you'll be able to kind of just glide through and get that tier 100 skin in less than, I guess you could probably get it in about 25 days if you knew what you were doing, in the sense that you actually know what you're doing to be able to win a lot of games. Myself, I can win, but I can't win every single game. If you know how to win a lot, or if you're a pro player and you've only just bought the standard battle pass, yes, you could easily hit level 100 in about 20 odd days if you knew exactly how to do that. Okay, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you made it right to the end of the video, comment down below Slurp Man, and that'll let me know if you've made it right to the very end of the video. Thank you so much, everyone. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. If you want to keep up to date with all the storyline tips and trips and map change sources, I am your #1 source for map changes and storyline content on YouTube. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Smash that subscribe like I said if you haven't already. Thank you everyone who has watched right to the end, and once again, this is postboxpat signing out.